Good morning, everyone. I'm here to show you the new challenge from the Magical Paper Pantry. This is one of Emma Parish's groups. She has two groups, the Magical Paper Pantry, and the other one is free printables and tutorials with Emma Parish. The second one was set up to back up her Emma Parish art page at a time when the group was being shared with other people. So now they're both purely Emma, and you will find totally different things being given away free in each group. Sometimes it's a crossover, sometimes they're not, but generally if you want to catch all the freebies you need to actually be in both groups. So the challenge this month is a beautiful Snowdrop Fairy Folio that our Zurn made. We were doing these challenges every month now. They will come up round about the beginning of the month and they last for 2 weeks. You buy the kit and they are always at a very reasonable price. We try to keep them as low as we can. When you've made your folio this month, last month it was Stuffed Pocket, you put a picture or pictures into the Magical Paper Pantry and you will then be entered into the draw. There will be one draw over the UK side and one draw over the US side. That way it keeps the postage down for Zurn and myself. Okay, so here we go. Oh, and there will be another one on my YouTube. Obviously I will be giving one away on my YouTube. So this is the one I've made. I will show you the kit first and then I will show you mine, do a flip through and then show you how to put it together. They're all really quick and easy to do. So this is the kit. Now I've printed it really big so it's easier for you to see on YouTube, but there are the instructions on everything. It's very easy to follow, so you shouldn't get lost in making it. This is the main cover. Now, I printed on you can print on the inside or you can leave it blank. Obviously, these are all blank because these are just show and tell, but I have printed on the inside. You choose what papers you want to put on the inside. It's entirely up to you. If you've got previous kits, you will find pages that will match this that you can use. And also, Emma has paper packs in her Etsy if you haven't got any paper packs. Or the other alternative is if you want to coffee dye these, what you would do is you would get a paintbrush and some coffee, you know, quite a strong solution, and then you would just literally paint over the back, let it dry, and you got coffee dyed. Okay, so that's the cover. This here is the panel that goes inside. So if you imagine this is the inside, I know it's the outside, it will go here. It will go here, okay, and you've got the flips on it. These go at the bottom and the top of this. Then this is the pocket for the other side, and you'll see Zurn has put some wonderful vintage ephemera through this. They are all exclusive to the group. They aren't anywhere else, and they are from the massive collection from her mother that she scanned in, and she tidies them up and she shares them in the group. Right here, this is the journal cover that goes inside the large pocket in your folio. This is one of the pages, and if that will open, which is not doing this morning, and this is another page. I just love the William Morris on this, I really do. We then have pages to make a notebook. And there are 6 of those rather, and you also have on here the bit that goes at the top, which I'll show you how to put that together as well. More gorgeous vintage ephemera. I don't know if it's easier to see it that way. These are pockets that you can use in your journal that you're putting into your folio, or you can use them in the folio itself. How cute are these? Look at these tags. Aren't they adorable? Absolutely wonderful. And fussy cuts. Now, I used every single one of these. I was sat in bed watching the end of that series that everybody's been watching on Netflix. Can't remember the name of it now. And I was sticking everything in. A more gorgeous ephemera. Okay, so it's a big kit. It's 14 pages. It does match the Snowdrop Flower Fairies kit that is in Emma's shop. So you can put it all together. You know, you can take some bits from one bit and some from the other. Obviously, all the ephemera in here and the folio are not in the kit. They are two separate things. Okay, so let me just show you how the folio looks. Now, I've added lace and things like that to mine, so that it, you know, I've made it mine. And that's what we like to see in the group, is that you make it yours. You can just do it as it is, but it's nice to add a bit of fluff to it to make it look a bit special, doesn't it? So when you open it up, this is where we are. You've got the corset type closure this side, and this side you've got your pocket. And if I pull the journal out, this is my journal. I've used a different cover, by the way, because I'm just trying to show you how you can change it up if you want to. Here we've got the postcard pocket. Oops. And then we've got some gorgeous tags in here. Now, these two tags came from the kit, not from the folio kit. I did take out the pieces because I have really stuffed this. Come here, don't disappear. And then when you open it up, there's a really pretty tags in there, and this is your notebook. Lovely wee notebook. Now, obviously, when you're making the notebook, if you want to, you can, I mean, I've actually just printed, it's quite a pale page, but I've just printed a different page on the top. I'm just wondering, yeah, if I tip it like that, I think you can just see the colouring on it. Again, you can coffee dye it if you want to. You can add other papers to it. It's really down to you how you make it yours. Let's close that up and tie you back up again. Whoops. Hands are really being difficult this morning. Come on. Go under. We have an incredible hoarfrost out this morning. Absolutely unbelievable out there. It looks like it's been snowing. It's that thick on the ground this morning. And the stray cat that we feed, my neighbour and myself, I mean, because she's got about 10 cats down there. He came bounding along the moment he heard the door this morning. He was definitely ready for some breakfast this morning. Whatever he doesn't eat, because I always put out dried food, you know, the biscuit things, the crows eat. Our crows decide they like cat biscuits. So do her kids, which is a bit weird, but, you know, her kids like to come and steal cat biscuits. But there you go. On the back, I've put another pocket. Now, this pocket, again, comes from the kit, not from the folio. I just wanted to make it extra special because this is going to be one of the giveaways. Okay. Now, if I move her out the way, this is the wee journal I made. Now, obviously, you can put any papers you like in this. You can pad it out, do it how you want. It's just held together with a freehole pamphlet stitch. Now, what I did, this is a stencil from Linda Israel. I've mentioned Linda a lot of times. Love Linda to bits. I will link this stencil for you. Linda is an amazing artist. She really is. And I love her stencils because they're really strong. They last. And she does the ones that are full letter size. So you can do a whole page. And that's what I love about them. Stamperia is the other one that does big ones, but they only put like, say, 5 different designs on a page. You know, you don't get one big design, which makes it easier on you. So that if you say you wanted to spray, you know, you want to use, say, tattered lace, for example, you know, with Linda's, you can put it down and you can spray and get amazing effects. Stamperia are great for going round corners. You know, if you are decorating something that you want to put a bit of art on it, it's great because they go around corners, wrap really well around bottles and jugs and things like that. So I I've added, as you can see, that's the first one. And I'll put the ephemera in the front here. This is from the page that I cut the couple of pockets out that I used extra. And it's a band that you can use as a belly band. And I've made a pocket out of it. So I was being artistic. As you can see, these go together beautifully. Obviously, they're all individual, and you just cut them out. As I say, I just adore William Morris. And you've got your wee tags. And these ephemera pieces that our Zurn found are just absolutely incredible. This is as far as I got with the fussy cutting. I was going to do a bit more, but it was getting late last night, so I will finish that off. Make him in there. And here's, whoops-a-daisy, kicking it all over the place. I just love the way, you know, Emma and Zurn come together. You know, Emma does her magic, and then Zurn comes along and she makes the most beautiful, beautiful kits and adds all these wonderful, wonderful things to them. I have a wee collection of Victorian things, you know, cards and postcards and things, and stuff from where I lived in Hersham. I like to collect them. Gorgeous, aren't they? Absolutely beautiful. So another little tucky spot up the top there. I'd love to know how you use your circles, because there are so many different ways of using circles in a journal. I would love it if you'd let me know how you use your circles. Obviously, at Christmas, we were doing the baubles. So obviously you'd fold 6 of those together and you can make a bauble, or you can join them together and put them on the inside, you know, the middle bit of your journal, and it gives you a pop out. Stunning, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. So this is the journal, and this is how it all goes together. This is again another pocket from the actual kit. So it's quite a stuffy big thing. And it goes in, and this will be the first of the giveaways. And this one will be given away on my YouTube channel. To enter, you need to comment on this video. Okay, you comment on this video. You have to be a subscriber. Okay, and you need to go over to the Magical Paper Pantry and join that group. Okay, they are the 3 requirements to get into the draw. Okay, I do my draws the old-fashioned way. They're all typed out onto a piece of paper, and I close my eyes and I'm like this, trying to find out where the thing is that they're in, and then I just take one out. That is how I do it. I often think that the mechanical automatic ones, I think they might use analytics, so I'd rather have it as a really fair draw, because I sometimes think that they tend to choose people who maybe comment a lot on the posts. I don't think they're quite as fair, but that is my opinion. Other people love them. So that's our wee folio. So that is the one for group. There will be a ribbon tied round it. I've just not climbed up to the box yet to get it down while I've got this horrible bug. Right. So here we go. These are all the pieces. I cut them out so it's easy for us to see how to put this together. Okay. Just hang on, I need to put them this side, otherwise I won't be able to push things over. Right. Let's start with a notebook, because that's up on top. That is the easiest one. I'll get my wee stapler out. Now, I fold this over like this, but I don't pinch it too hard. I just do a soft, yes, it's just a soft bend, because this is going to go over all of these pages. This is where you decide if you want to add extra pages to it, whether you want to back it, you know, whether you want to put something up. I mean, this is a completely different pattern on this one, so you'll be able to see that a bit better. This one's actually from the kit. You then literally get a stapler. Now you can sew this if you want to. If you really want to sew the top, you can. That is entirely up to you. I like to just staple, and then a wee bit of glue. That's next door's dogs you can hear barking. Downstairs, they're very, very quiet today. I think they might have gone out. I should have checked earlier. Poor kids, they get iPads from school. They're both actually in what you would, you know, in high school. And it's a thing by initiative by the Scottish Government that the kids get iPads and they can take them to and from school. The weird thing is that they don't give them chargers. They just give them the iPad. So you have to go out and buy the charger. And their charger had broken, so I was charging them last night for them. And the surprising thing that got me was they give the kids these iPads, but they actually don't give them chargers with them. You have to go and get your own. Now, I'm sure kids probably do get through quite a few chargers, but it seems incredulous that, you know, you're going to get the iPad, but you've then got to go out and buy the rest of it. But it is such a great initiative here. You know, all the kids get them. If you go to college, they give you laptops, because obviously if you're going to be typing up your essays and things like that and doing more deep study, it's better to have a laptop. So it is great for the kids, because not every family has access to these things. I think the majority of families have access to a phone, but you can't really very well do studying on a phone, can you? I was going to score these yesterday and I didn't get around to scoring them either. So I'm just going to bend these instead of actually scoring. Which obviously you can do. You don't have to have a scoreboard. You don't have to use a ruler. And I like to do all three together at the same time. Like this. That makes it easy. And then again here. I wonder if she's gone out next door, because the doggy's really having a bark down there, isn't he? This one I will have to score the big one, and this one. So I will get that. Oops, this is my big cookie board, which I've had out before. As I say, this my mum brought me probably about 13, 14 years ago, and I just love it. It's easy to cart around, you know, it gets in the right mess and I'll give it a good clean up, and it's never failed me yet. And I like the fact you've got the wide lines on one side and the thin lines on the other. Oops, that's slightly out. That's better. Down the bottom. There we go. I do love corset closures. They're just so pretty. I think the first time I saw them was Angela Kerr. When Angela was doing all her envelope makes. Gosh, that's got to be about 4 years ago. She had loads and loads of ideas of how to use envelopes, you know, for your journals. And my goodness, did she come out with some cracking ones. And she had a die that was sort of this shape. And she used that, and I think everybody must have gone out and bought that die. You know, it was just, you know, this revelation how to make something look really, really pretty and use a die at the same time. Okay, so now the other one I inked. This one I'm not, so you can see the difference. It's nice to see the contrast between the two. Now, when you're putting this side on, you can, if you like, leave the top open to tuck something in the top there. Okay, you might want to put some sheets of paper in there, or, you know, whatever you like. But we'll do this side first. The good old Nouveau Deluxe. I used to use the art glitter glue many years ago, but that was when I was doing DT for the craft channel, and everybody used it then because it was the first sort of quick drying glue, and it dried clear. In fact, that's what everybody used to call it, was dry clear. But I found this Nouveau Deluxe so amazing, and it's a fabulous price. It isn't the easiest thing to get hold of either. Amazon are very spasmodic in when they have it on there and when they don't. But if you get onto the, oh, I need to come down a wee bit. If you get onto the Tonic website, they usually do bundles, so you can buy 2 together. And they do the small and the large sizes. They are really good. It probably takes about 4 days before you actually get it to arrive on your doorstep. But I've had stuff from Tonic for many years, and I've never had a problem with any of them. All my dies are in there. Zip up die holders. You know, they look like a big folio, don't they? Oops, no, now she's going to glue that down when I'm supposed to be doing this first. See, it's what happens when you're talking, you forget, don't you? Right, these bits need to go off first before you go gluing it down. Right, so, as you do, you get totally distracted, don't you? Right, these are the flappy bits, and they need to go on here first. Now, this is actually slightly, it might be the way my printer was printing this. This one is just slightly bigger than what I'm sticking it onto. The other one worked perfectly, so it might be the settings on my printer. So I'm just going to chop a little bit off either side so it fits properly. Stick that on there. On there. Okay. So that's the first one on. Let's get the other one, which is just here. Does anyone have a printer, one of the eco tanks, and find that their waste sponges fill up really quickly? Now, our Jannette, she's part of the design team. I've told you about her Ko-fi shop before now. She's Crafting Dragon, and her machine is about a year old, so it's one of the newer ones, one of the ones that will do borderless. And she said to me that the maintenance thing was coming up, and it was the waste, okay, the waste sponges. Now, it took me a good 3 years before mine came up, and I spoke to Emma about it, and Emma said hers, she's got one of the bigger ones that will print A3, and she said when she tried to print borderless, she found the waste sponges filled up really quickly. So it's just a tip, if you're having problems with them constantly filling up, it might be because you're printing borderless. I would recommend only doing borderless for the pages, and the ephemera, don't do that borderless. You know, it's going to be mean you've got to go and pop in and keep changing the oops, let's get that right, you know, the settings when you're doing it. but we don't know why Emma's is, why Jannette's is, because she doesn't print borderless. So it might be because she's moved it around a couple of times. I think it could be the sensor inside where it's been moved around because she was having her bedroom decorated. It might be that it's, you know, just upset the centres a bit. So I've got her on doing the cleaning of the nozzles and things like this, and I'm hoping it'll work. But if you've had this problem, could you let me know how you solved it? Because then I can pass it on to our Jannette so she can try and find out how to fix this problem, because obviously it's something that we're all going to come across. Most of us have eco tanks these days, purely and simply because they're easy to use and they are so much cheaper, aren't they? They really are an amazing price compared with the old cartridges. I mean, I was doing design team work then, but only Tracy, and I was doing after school clubs, and the ink I was getting through, it was just absolutely unbelievable. I was constantly going down to Sainsbury's to buy new cartridges. You know, it was just bonkers. So I went out and got one of the ones that you use the toner in, and that helped so much because it was just crazy. Right, what have I done with my... I lost my pokey doll. Yeah, it was... I mean, I know so many people have said the price. If you get an eco tank, if you haven't already got one, you save your money literally, you know, within a couple of months. You've got your money back. You really have. It's that easy to do. So right, we're going to do the closure. Let's just push you up. I've got some brads out, and then I need my little circles. Pockets. Okay, what did she do? I was sat here and they were in my little hand just now. How weird is that? Okay, circles, you've disappeared on me, and you're all in a little clip. Did I bury you? No. Did I put you up there? No. It's like being with kids, isn't it? When you're going, is so-and-so in there? No. Is it in there? No. And yes, they have completely disappeared. How strange is that? Right, but I'll have to clip out some more. So let's get these. And there's that. These are slightly smaller because these are printed for a different one. So they are going to be slightly smaller, and I will have to change them for the giveaway. But they will give you the idea of what we're supposed to be doing today. And they won't be full circles either by the looks of things, but at least you'll know what you're doing. Even if I don't. You do know the moment I turn the camera off, I'll find them, won't you? And the good thing about having... brads in them, they're so easy to remove, aren't they? You just stick something in and out, it pops. Oops. Oh, there's one just there. That's it. So when you get these, they will be round, they will be slightly bigger. You take two and you glue them together. Okay, that is what you do. It's that easy. Okay, you have one that will go on the back to cover up the brad as well. So you just glue them together. Then you take your flap. Okay, you put this over the top, right? And then the center is not where the little diadem is. It's just underneath, and then you push through. That's homemade. Now I'm going to put one of the longer legged ones through because obviously I'm going to be taking this back out and putting the proper one in. And then you just squish that off. I'm not going to tighten it too much. Then later on, you will glue this on the back so it covers this up and you're not catching your hand on it when you do it. So let's just do the other side quickly. And then you decide what you want to put around it. Ribbon is a really popular choice. A lot of people will use ribbon. I've used my linen cord on the other one. Just make sure I get the same distance away from that. And it goes just underneath. No, I've not done this before. It was on the first one, you know, I was thinking, that is so not... And I had the pokey tool out and I'm going, no, that is definitely not in the middle. You know, as you do. Make sure you get it right. Okay? And then whatever you're going to fasten it with, I'll get some more of the linen out because that's literally just here. And decide how long you want it. About there should be right. And then you literally just tie this around here. Okay, I'm not going to tie it for obvious reasons because I'm going to take that out. And then you just do your loopy closure. Okay, and in here, the flaps hold whatever you're putting in here in it. It's just such a simple idea, but it stops everything falling out. And you just put your notebook in there, your cards, whatever you want in there, and then you close it. That's your basic folio. Okay, then the notebook, this is held together with 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I have shown you many times how to do 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Again, you can undo the 3-hole pamphlet stitch if you decide you want to take pages out or you want to add something in. You can undo the... Let's just get a couple of them out. Even with 3 pages, I tend to fasten mine because the pages do move. You know, you can move them. So I just think it all up like this. Some people have the bookbinding cradles. Let me stick it over that side. I don't find I need a bookbinding cradle. I think it's just because I've done it that many times before. I do it like this. I pull it up. I come in about 1/2 inch from the top. Push the blood through. Obviously, when you're doing a signature, it's not quite as easy to push it through quite so quick. You know, but it does go through. If you've got a brad, one of these, an awl or a bradawl or a pokey tool, whatever you call it. Just like that. They go through really, really quickly and easy. Then you decide on what you're going to fasten it with. Let's have a look here. I'm just trying to get the other end of my linen cord. I've got 2 colours here and they're wrapping around one another. And it's 3 times the length of your journal, like that. And it's just like doing back stitch. So we can get that in there, okay. So I've got glue all over my hands now. Isn't it? It's amazing how glued up you get when you're doing crafting, isn't it? I think I've said it before, I brought some Collal glue. Collal was really, really popular about 14-15 years ago. In the UK, most people were using Yoo-hoo, the liquid Yoo-hoo at that time, because it was really, really cheap. If you went into Poundland, Poundland, you could get it for £1, and the tubes were massive. And it went a long way, and it worked really, really great. They're fabric glues, but they took a little while to dry. And Emma Parrish had been doing a video, and she was saying how much she loves Collal glue. All I can think is she must, you know, have a really bad sense of smell, because my goodness, the alcohol smell that comes off of it is quite strong. But the good thing about it is you have this really, really big nozzle on it, and you can adjust the flow. So you know exactly, you are watching what I'm doing, aren't you? I've gone in there, come out there, and gone back in there, which is here. And this goes into this side, and that's 3-hole pamphlet stitch. It's just like doing back stitch. It's so easy to do. I shove mine under there and then tie it off. I'm not going to tie it off because I will be adding more pages in this. You just do a knot, and that's your journal done. Okay, so in there, through there, up there, through there, through that bit, up, down to there, through there, tie off. That is how quick it is to make the journal. You can put it together with anything. Embroidery thread is really, really good. If you've got any leftover jewellery thread that you've been used, the wax type, that is absolutely amazing. There are so many different ways and things you can use. It is really up to you what you use and how you put this together. Now, what did I do with it? Do you know, I'm having one of them days today, aren't I? So this then, after you've cut off your little stringy bits at the end, will go in here. And it tucks really, really neatly into the pocket. And of course you decorate it however you want. So that disappears into there really well. This you're going to close up. But obviously I'm not going to tie that too much because I want to add all the extra bits into this. There is a postcard pocket. When you first see it, you'll think it's a piece of ephemera, but it's not. It's actually a pocket that works beautifully on here. And then you add whatever else you like, and that is how quick and easy these folios are to put together. Once you get to this stage, you then think about putting lace on, trim on. What are you going to put inside in your tags, the top of your tags? I've used the crinkled fabric binding. We call it bice binding over here. And then it just looked well. You can use anything you like. You can use, what's it called? The wool. Eyelash trim. Now, eyelash trim was really, really popular in journals going back probably about 5 years ago. A lot of people were using eyelash trim because it looked really, really pretty. If you had one that was maybe a white with a hint of green or something, that would be amazing in these journals, wouldn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. So that's the challenge. I will make this up into a stuffed one like this. And then there will be 2 to give away. This one is the one for YouTube. I will be doing another one for group. And the draw will be in 2 weeks' time. We usually let it go a day or 2 extra just to give people a chance to get theirs made and put into group, just as a hint. It just depends on when Zurn's around to do the draw. So do come and join us. They're really, really quick and easy to make. The kit itself, which is 14 pages, is $3.29, which is a really, really good buy. I think in the UK that's something like $2.99, something like that. It may be slightly less, but it you know, it's not £3. So it's a really good price. If you want to compare prices, you know, there are a lot of other sites that do these sort of things. You will see we are keeping the prices down so that you can come and join us and enjoy these things. I will link the main kit as well. Emma has made 13 fairy kits, all the flower fairies, 13. I've shown this one a few times before. This is made from the stationery kit. We had a stationery kit come out because this is forget-me-nots that Emma did. We've got a lovely forget-me-not kit in the Etsy at the moment, and there will be 13 altogether. Next Sunday is daffodils. That will be coming out. We've got hyacinth, lilac, magnolia, cherry blossom, violets. There are 13, so obviously they're loads, and they're coming out every Friday. Okay, sorry, I've got the day right. So it's every Friday. A post will go into group. Okay, there is always a freebie when Emma first introduces something into group, you know, a new printable. And I know Zurn has been working on fussy cuts to go with these from her mum's collection. So do come and join us. We do have fun and we love seeing what you make. We really do, because it encourages us to carry on as well. You know, you need to know what others are making. All the groups are slow at the moment, I know, because people have just got through Christmas. So many people are unwell at the moment and they're trying their hardest to get things done. But, you know, when it comes to evening time, things like cutting these out while you're watching the telly, it doesn't take more than 5 minutes and it gives you a bit of joy and love in your life. So have a blessed and wonderful Sunday, everybody. And I'll see you soon. Ta-da.